Hello, everybody. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Bryan.
And this is Bryan versus Bryan, episode 55, Reminiscence. Please join us for our videos. We do them every week. You catch us on Spotify, catch us on Apple, catch us on the old YouTube if you like to see some moving pictures with your words, man. That's how I do it. I like to watch my podcasts. I don't know. Some people like to listen, so we also got those options for you. So please join us. And today, we're getting into Reminiscence, episode 55. Came out just on Friday. HBO release again and theaters. Directorial debut of Lisa Joy, co-creator of the new Westworld. And if you haven't seen that, man, go see that. Like, that is some of the best new science fiction stuff I've seen in a long time. That and that other one we did, the Wolves one.
Oh yeah, Raised by Wolves. That was kick-ass.
Raised by Wolves. Yeah. Those are like the best science fiction new stuff I've seen in a long time. Mm-hmm. Did you ever watch Westworld, the new ones?
I saw season 1. I really liked it. I think I got like episode 3 or 4 in season 2, and I just got busy with other things. You know how life goes, and then I just never got back to it. But I enjoyed it.
It gets pretty good, and season 3 is really cool.
I'm happy that. It's funny. I know his character name more than I know his real name, but Jesse Pinkman is in one of the seasons, right? The Breaking Bad.
Yeah, he's in the third one.
Aaron Paul, yeah. That's
an interesting. Every season is very interesting and different. So it's really cool. Yeah, he's good in it. So yeah, Lisa Joy, and written by Lisa Joy. It's pretty rare we get a writer-director nowadays on film. So I appreciate that, and I give credit where credit is due. Not a lot of directors do that anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's co-creator, and she was one of the main writers on the new Westworld. So Hugh Jackman, this is like oh man, it's like a Total Recall. I get hardcore Total Recall vibes when it first started, and he starts the past doesn't haunt us. They're haunting. It's very melodramatic, the some of this stuff, but it lends itself. It works. I mean, it's really cool. You buy into it. I believe Hugh Jackman every step of this damn movie. I think the performances in this movie were really good, especially Hugh. I think I've read a couple articles saying he's not getting the credit for this that he deserves, regardless of how great the film is. And I would agree. He was likable the whole time. You just want him to find what he's looking for. It's like, damn, I want some closure for Hugh. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I really liked him in this. And man, I don't know if I can even explain this damn plot.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with Hugh. I mean, even if he's in a shitty movie, which I'm sure we'll get into that, but like, he's still great. Like, even what was that Wolverine movie everyone despises? Even him as Wolverine in that movie, I still love Hugh Jackman, and I think he's doing the best he can with what he's given, and dude, I love Rebecca Ferguson. For one, she's in my favorite movie franchise, Mission Impossible. She plays Elsa, but I think her best performance that I've seen her in was in Doctor Sleep. She plays the villain in Doctor Sleep. She's so good in that movie. She's okay in this. She plays the damsel, not damsel in distress, the femme fatale, because this is technically a crime noir film, or it's trying to be. She kind of plays the femme fatale, and she's pretty good.
Yeah, and they also worked together before on what's that? The Greatest Showman.
I have not seen that.
So they have a history together, and she sings in that too. She's got to sing in every dang movie she's in. I get it. You can sing. Cool. Put out an
album. What are you doing this for?
So, people can access memories now. So there's this whole business of people reliving nostalgia, and even as other things like criminal investigations, they use this new tech to go back and look at memories, and get you in trouble for things. So
Wait, hold on. Speaking of the plot of this movie, have you seen the movie Strange Days, directed by Catherine Bigelow and produced by James Cameron back in like the late 90s, I believe?
No, I don't think so.
No. The reason why I bring that up is because that movie is very similar, where it's like it's in the future. I think the future they have is more like grungy and gross and rainy, kind of like a Blade Runner type of look to it. But it's basically about people's memories are being sold as like a drug. So it's kind of like a hush hush thing. You deal like a Pokemon cards in the bar. And there's one memory that the plot of that film is one memory is a group of cops killing an innocent couple, and then the cops trying to cover up that memory, and it's the whole thing. But that movie is fucking awesome. You should definitely check that out. I think it works a lot better in that movie than it does this one. But the thing that I liked about this, out of everything, is actually the world they create. Like it's in the future and like Florida. I don't know if it's just Florida or the world or the United States, but Florida itself is just almost underwater, and everything is underwater, and people are like traveling by boat. People are constantly walking through water when they leave their house. I thought that was kind of an interesting setting.
The world is flooded, and only the ultra rich have dry land that they've bought.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
All sorts of levee systems, and I thought the world was really cool. Which felt like it didn't need to be like that at all.
No.
For the story, they just added this really cool. It's like, okay, thanks. This is like a different movie. The water.
I kind of want to explore this world, thing. Yeah.
I want to know about this. The water war. And so he's pretty much the whole movie is him trying to determine who this girl is, because she wasn't quite who he thought she was, and she was a client, and turns out she's this like super awesome femme fatale who does her research and marks people, and
it's like a junkie where she starts as a junkie. Yeah.
She steals shit. She does all sorts of stuff. And, down to the first, he comes to her club and she's singing the song he knows from when he was a child, because she interviewed his best friend from the army, told her that he used to whistle this in the trenches. And they're war heroes too. There's another layer. It's like, what? Everyone, they're all veterans. They keep bringing up war stories. But this water war, I was in the Navy. Well, it's the only one that's left, my friend. It's all water. But I liked this movie. I really did. And I had a feeling you wouldn't. I had a feeling this is going to be one of those ones that are going to divide people. It's a little slow. Some of it gets dragged down in I think he even says it in the movie. What does he say? His memories are better in small doses. Oh yeah, like perfume or something. They're better in small doses. When it gets bogged down is when it starts trying to do all these memories, and it shows him with her, and it takes you out of the present for a really long memory. And I think that's when it gets slowed down. And then, sometimes you'll think it's something happening, and then you'll get the scene that breaks it up with him coming out of the tank, out of the water. God damn it, you got me again.
Yeah.
I got
memory this whole time.
Yeah. And then his friend. So yeah, I mean, to break down the whole plot, it would just be ridiculous. It's one of these movies, you got to see it. It's like it's no Inception or like Shutter Island, but it's trying to reach those heights. And I think it does a pretty good job. I was very interested in it. I definitely wanted to see what happened by the end. It took some turns that I wasn't expecting. I thought was pretty cool. Like you said, the world didn't even need to be in there. We didn't need to. It could have been a normal world, and this would have been a fine movie. but it's like threw in this huge budget water stuff. It's like, okay. Which
like some of that stuff was a little dodgy. Some of the CGI was a little rough, but
yeah. Some of it I couldn't tell. My freaking I don't know, my HBO was like buffering the whole time. Like it started so low res that I imagine that shot looks really good. In 4K pulling in. And I'm like, what the hell? Then it's, I gave it a minute to hopefully it picks up. I had to restart it and then it looked a little better, but it happened a couple times. Like this movie was not reaching its full resolution when I was watching it. So
that's the problem with HBO is I don't know if you've had this problem, but or if anybody else for that matter, but it's been happening a lot where I'll be watching the movie and all of a sudden you get the oops, something went wrong. The splash screen, but the movie's still playing in the background, which is kind of weird. So I had to back out and jump back in. So it's kind of annoying. But
or it just drops resolution like a rock. Like you could tell it's like 480p and it's getting pixelated and having banding, but it's still going.
Yeah, it's annoying too. So I wasn't gonna tell this story because it was just kind of whatever. But the fact that Sarah brought it up, I was like, all right, I gotta share this. So we watched it Friday night. We have this like little rocking chair next to the couch. I'm sitting there kind of rocking, watching it. And I look over about halfway through. It's like 8:30, 8:40. And I'm like, hey, can we stop this movie and go to bed and then we can just finish it tomorrow? And she's like, yeah, I would love to. So we got into bed and Sarah was like, why don't I like that movie? Like, what's going on there? And so we started kind of picking it apart. And then I kind of roll over to go to sleep. And she starts chuckling and she goes, wow, the movie that Bryan, you're going to review the movie that Bryan fell asleep to and is going to finish it tomorrow. And I kind of like chuckled back. And all of a sudden I thought about it and I'm like, that never happens. And she goes, I know that I've known you we've been together for like 4 years and I've never seen you like stop a movie or finish it later. Like I'm very adamant about like watching things, in real time and watch the whole thing in one sitting. Even like something like Justice League, like we're going to sit down and watch this fucking 4-hour long movie. But no, the reason why I bring that up is because this movie bored the fuck out of me, and it made me want to go to sleep at 8:30. And I was so tired, my eyes were getting heavy. I was like, I couldn't do it. And then even the next day, Saturday afternoon, we're like, God damn it! All right, let's just finish this thing. I didn't like this movie at all. I think it was extremely boring. I didn't care about the mystery. I didn't feel like they did a convincing job. Like showing their closeness and their love, because typically you gotta lean on that so that we care, or I care rather, but they don't really do much to it. So I'm like, I don't care about this lady. I don't care about your your quest to find out who she is. But at the same time, there are like certain scenes that I thought were interesting. Like there's one scene that you kind of already alluded to where they are trying to find some crime boss and they're using somebody else's memory to like find out where he's at. I thought that was super cool. There's all these cool ideas sprinkled throughout, but at the end of the day, I'm just like, ugh. This is kind of one of those movies where I wish it was in like an anthology 1 hour long episode and itself like a contained thing. Kind of like Old. I felt the same way with Old. Old could have been just contained to like an hour long situation. So that's kind of how I felt. I don't know, man. I bring up Strange Days. I think people should maybe just skip this and go watch Strange Days because I feel like it's kind of in the same vein and it's well done. Like I said, it's produced by James Cameron. I don't know. It's a great movie. This movie was just like, it was a slog for me.
I think it got slow. I watched the movie in 2 parts as well because I was on call and I wanted to get a nap in case I got called in.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be tired. But I was, looking forward to getting back into the movie. It was a kind of slow burn, but I think it had a lot of payoffs. And I think the love story between them was pretty good. I understand what you're saying, but I think the whole crutch of the movie is that it was a whirlwind romance that didn't last very long. And he had never, had anyone he really cared for. And then he had it for like, it seems like in the movie, maybe real time, it was like 2 months, 3 months or something. Mm-hmm. They were together. And so it's like it was just happened so fast, and he liked her so much that I understand where he just wants some closure. It's like, what the fuck? It was going so good, it's so fast, and then boom, it's over. And I think all the characters are done well. I think all the actors did a great job. This lady, she did great. I only know her from like The Last Showman. I only know her from this popcorny Disney type stuff. So she was super multidimensional in this, because you think she's just like this nice girl, and then you start learning all these different things about stuff she's done. I thought that this guy over my shoulder here, the Asian kingpin, I thought that guy was awesome. He was done really well. He's got like a Louisiana accent. He's Asian. reminded me of Gambit or something. Mm-hmm. Like that guy was cool. Yeah. The cop dude from Training Day, he was pretty good. I love the scene where he gets burned. They make him relive his worst memory and loop it in his head. That was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And I like, it's just it is very noir, and I think it does it well, and it's not as brisk as you might think, because of the science fiction and the imagery of like trailers and what you might expect of this movie. But I really liked it. I'm going to take you on a journey somewhere you've already been.
Yeah. Every time.
Follow my voice.
It's like how he guides them into their memory, right? It's kind of like
He's got that was very interesting. I loved all that. It's like you have to be a pro at that, because then that cop tries to ask a question saying, why don't you let the pros handle it? Mm-hmm. You asked him a question and he doesn't have the answer to it, so his mind can't handle it. It's searching for a memory that doesn't exist. God damn it. If he's lost in this memory for too long, we can lose him. And it's my ass on the line, mister.
Shit, yeah.
So it was interesting. They had a lot of rules. That's what's good with a good science fiction movie, is that you establish rules, right? And you play within those rules, and you make them, even if the rules don't make sense, you stick to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some science fiction goes too crazy, and they don't stick to their own rules, and then shit's getting weird, and that's how time travel movies get out of hand.
Yeah,
stuff like that. This is kind of in the time travel vein, because it's the past, but you can't alter it because it's a memory.
Yeah, I'll give credit's due. I do think they set up rules and they stick by them, because you are right. There are, especially in sci-fi, like, sometimes either they don't explain the rules and they just make it up as they go, or like even something like Star Wars. What was the last one? Rise of Skywalker, where like out of nowhere Rey can just touch somebody and heal their wounds, and it's like, well, you didn't. Now that what? You can't just establish a new rule in the last movie. Yeah. Like shit like that, where it's like, what? But they don't do that, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I just kept in the water tank. I just kept thinking somebody's gonna be like, he's never really been to Mars. God damn it! You don't understand. He's been there. Wipe this man's memory. Anyways, talking about you cutting the movie in half, and you and Sarah not liking the movie. Are you sure that happened? Like somebody didn't wake up in a tank and wait a minute, we have to restart the goddamn movie. Fuck. Yeah. So I had a feeling this review is going to be one of our shorter ones, because I am already, I don't know, got nothing much more to say about it. I don't know. I felt the impasse. I felt watching this as soon as I heard, we don't haunt the past. We're haunting the past every day. A slow burn into your memory. I was like, oh man, I know Bryan ain't liking this.
Yeah. I'll give Jackman some credit. He does have a good noir like voiceover voice. You know what I mean? Because all the crime noirs have the voiceover, like Max Payne type of deal. He has a pretty good voiceover, but it is kind of melodramatic and dry.
Yeah, and it was so by the end of the movie, he finds out everything. And I do like that we don't get a happy ending, because he's telling that story to the girl, and she's like, "Tell me a happy story," or right, tell me a happy story.
Tell me a story, one with a happy ending.
Yeah, and he's like, stories don't have a happy ending, especially if they're a happy story. And then so this story follows that, and I like that. That's awesome. Too many movies are afraid to do that, have a really weird or unhappy ending. Mm-hmm. So it's an unhappy ending, and this guy goes to prison for the rest of his life. And but since he kind of helped do some good, they gave him a good prison. So it's kind of like a Demolition Man, their prisons. You know what I mean? They put you in a tube, but they don't freeze you. They make you stuck in your memories. Yeah. But he gets to relive. I imagine you have to relive a bad memory if you're like a murderer or something, you know. But sure. He gets to relive a good memory for the rest of his life.
Yeah, well, I was wondering when he was like shaking around or like sitting in the tube, and she has gray hair and he has gray hair. I'm like, do they feed him? Well, like, how does that work? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
It's been like decades, and he's just sitting in this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tube.
Yeah, you would think he'd be awfully pruned by then. They should have made him all waterlogged and bloated. Like a dead body in a river.
Bag of bones.
But yeah, you see her gray, and then yeah, he's obviously been in there for years, and I like the line she had. I forget what it was. Like, it's like, he helped me. He knew I had to move forward in my life, and he had to go backwards. Mm-hmm. Like, that was pretty poignant. I don't remember how it was said, but it was pretty catchy. So, follow the sound of my review.
Yeah, I'm trying to like what for me. I mean, I know you enjoyed yourself, but I'm trying to think of other mystery movies where somebody's trying to find someone as a plot. And the one that I kept thinking,
it's never happened. This is
Gone
original.
Girl. Fuck off. I was thinking of Gone Girl.
Gone Girl's really good.
Gone Girl's awesome, and I'm trying to like, why was that first like hour? Because obviously, I mean, I don't want to spoil Gone Girl for people who haven't seen it, but about an hour in, the movie kind of shifts a little bit. But in that first hour, it is about a missing woman and the cops and everyone trying to find. I mean, it's not like a noir type of feel, but it is a mystery of where this woman went. And I'm trying to think of like, why was that so captivating and this was dry? And I don't know. I just felt like they did a better job. I think Affleck and whoever, I think it was Rosamund Pike, had chemistry, and they actually spend time showing their relationship and yada yada yada.
Well, that's like a murder. That's so instantly they're kind of accusing him of murder. It's,
I guess it's kind of
the Lacey Peterson story. The beginning of that movie is what I feel it's totally based off of, and so it's really interesting. Did this guy kill his wife? Where's his wife? Yeah,
I guess that's different. That's a good point. I don't know. I just found these characters to be fucking boring, and I didn't believe their love romance, however long it was, whether it was a day or months or years. And so I just didn't care where the movie went after that. It's just like, all right. And I didn't find the mystery to be all that compelling, where it's like, oh, it's actually about this powerful guy who slept with this woman and had a kid, and they're trying to cover it up. And I'm just like, all right, we're getting to the weeds here a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff was pretty cool. I forgot to mention, like, people are stuck living in their memories, going to this recall type place and living in the tube, getting to. I love it was like a synopsis or something. It was like, how would you like to go back and play fetch with your favorite dog, or go back and hold your baby again who's now an adult, or something like that. And I was like, dude, that's really cool. And then that one guy who comes in there just to go play with his dog again,
Oh yeah,
like I thought that was pretty cool. And,
that was the vet guy, right?
Yeah. But he's talking about this girl name, and you think it's going to be like a wife or something, and it ends up being a dog that just misses.
Mm-hmm.
But that was bringing me somewhere, and I kind of lost it. I went too far down the dog road. But yeah, I had a lot of cool ideas, and I mean, it's not an amazing movie, but I definitely enjoyed it. I wasn't that bored. It was a little boring at times, but then you'd get a little nugget. Oh, what I was gonna do is that those people reliving their memories, but then the ultra rich, like, and they live on a special dry part of land, and it's like, oh, it's always so dry. It gets there, oh, it's dry, it's nice. It's no puddles. And yeah, he's like, they get to relive their memories like in real life because they're super rich. Like, she built like a set in her house that looks like the fucking her memory, and she just pays people to come in and dress as the dude and, oh, hold me and dance with me, your baby.
Fucking weirdos.
Feel the baby. And she's like got like dementia at this point because she like just keeps reliving this memory, and she can't kind of come out of it, and her son's playing the lover sometimes.
Yeah, oh, mom.
God. But it was interesting and creepy and really cool visually, and cool story. Obviously, this lady is really good writer. She does a lot of this in Westworld, this writing that's like, and I'm sure this is harder than most writing when you got to write this multi-layered, like when you write one scene and then it's got to mean something completely different later in the movie, but the scene's exactly the same. You just have more info. Mm-hmm. Like, that writing seems difficult, and not a lot of people pull it off. Shyamalan used to do it really well.
He's fell off that wagon.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a much better film than Old. But yeah, I think it's about time that you follow the sound of my voice. I'm going to lead you to a review score.
Oh God, I'm already asleep.
Dude, fuck you. At the end of this thing, I hope I just fucking wake up. Oh my God. That fucker.
Piece of shit.
Son of a bitch. All right. Yeah. I mean, I liked it. I'd say watch it. I think some people would like this movie more than you might think. So I give it a solid 7.1. Slightly over 7. It's great.
We're not talking about surround systems, buddy. We're reviewing a movie.
7.1. As well, you got to establish where it is on the scale. A 7 could be, well, was it closer to an 8 or a 6? It's closer to a 6. God damn it. Okay.
I'm joking. Well, all right. If you're gonna give it, I was gonna give it a 5, but if you're going 7.1, I'm gonna go 5.1 because now we're in surround sound territory here.
All right.
Yeah. It's. I did not like this movie at all. I think that it's a middle of the road. I liked some of the ideas, like you were saying, the war and like how the flood, like what that whole environment. I was way more fascinated with all that stuff than I was, where's my girlfriend for 2 hours? Like, I wanted to know about all the flood shit and the war. But yeah, there's some cool concepts in there, but overall I just found this movie to be a slog to get through, and I think there are other movies that are more entertaining than this, like Strange Days. Everyone go watch Strange Days.
Just dumbass. Go watch End of Days.
Juliette Lewis.
Go watch End of Days where Arnold fights the devil. That one's interesting. Yeah, a lot of movies are interesting. We're just gonna start pulling out movies. I hear Gone with the Wind's pretty good.
Well, it's comparable because it's the same plot. It's the same idea. Memories.
Not the same plot. This is Waterworld meets Total Recall meets. All
right. Well, then go watch Waterworld and Total Recall. You can skip this.
I'm gonna find dry land. Yeah. Yeah, I liked it. I don't know if I'll watch it again. I'm not a big movie rewatcher though, unless they're like really good. You know what I mean? Like classics, I rewatch, and I rewatch them a lot. So I can't watch new stuff because I'm busy watching, Dark Knight for the 100th time, or Ghostbusters again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely can see how some might not like this. I'd say, I mean, if you have HBO, give it a chance, and you never know. I think this lady does terrific writing, and I think this is a pretty good directorial debut. I think visually this movie looks stunning. I really like the visual style and setups for the shots. Remember that one fight scene in the hallway where it's Hugh Jackman versus I think it's the cop guy, and it's like they pull in and they'll show some fights, but then they have like a ultra wide cut where it's like almost panoramic.
Yeah,
that shot looks really cool.
That pissed me off.
I like that one. That was
no. I want to explain. So I agree that shot is a good shot for action, and the reason why it pisses me off is because that shot's used a lot in one takes. Like there's a famous scene in the movie called Old Boy. I don't know if you've seen Old Boy, but it's an ultra wide shot and it's one long take. You follow the whole thing, and then there's a couple other movies and shows that do the same hallway thing where you frame it like that and you do a one take. I'm like, oh, this movie's gonna do a one take, and then it looks cool and it's framed perfectly, and they're fighting. All of a sudden, it cuts to the middle, like a couple different shots, and we cut back. I'm like, no, if you're gonna fucking go there,
I don't set up care the one take shot, do a one take,
then do a fucking one take, because now you're tricking me to think that this is gonna be a oneer, and you don't do the oneer, you don't commit to it. Frustrating.
You can't do an ultra panoramic shot inside a fight scene, a normally cut fight scene. Come on, who cares?
No, because
not everybody can do a 12-minute Old Boy fight scene. Okay. Fucking that fight scene was 12 minutes and is one of the hardest things to film ever.
Well, the thing is that it's not even just a shot. So when the fight begins, it goes on longer than a normal fight would be edited. Like it holds on that shot for a little bit, and so it made me think like, oh, the way the shot looks, how long it's already been going on, you're gonna do a oneer. This is dope, and then it cuts, and then it cuts, and then it comes back to it. I'm like, you need to have the fucking, if you're gonna go there, then fucking do it. Don't cut away from it. You gotta have the confidence to make this shit work. That's what that showed me. Lack of confidence in your shot.
I didn't care. I know that that's used in those types of the one takes, but that's just a cool looking shot. And I was like, you use it however you want.
Shot, yeah.
Super panoramic, like it just, I don't know, it looked different in this. I was like, dang, that's wide. When they kept cutting back to him, like, I feel like it's wrapping around. You know what I mean? I feel like they use a really weird lens or something. But yeah, I like that. But 7-1, 5-1, bit of a difference here. I think we got a bit of a failure to communicate. I think someone's living their life and enjoying it, and someone's fucking sitting back in the water tank and reminiscing. So, wake up, people. Don't be a sheep. This movie's great. And if you don't think it's great, you got no business watching movies.
Don't waste your time. Go watch Strange Days.
Yeah, go check it out. See what you think. Waste your time, please. Go. And then you're going to freaking wake up at the end of it. It wasn't a waste of time. I enjoyed myself for a part of the duration of this. So anyways, thanks for joining us on our journey. Please watch us on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. As soon as we can figure it out, we'll have a YouTube short for you.
Yes, go. I just posted a video this morning. It was supposed to be a short. It's not a short.
This dumbass films a 17-second video. It's like, I'm going to make me a short. Nope. 17 seconds. Now people are like, why the fuck did he... 17 seconds.
Well, it's weird.
Took longer to log on.
Well, it's weird because the video you did a long time ago when we first started our channel, you did
the Halo delay,
the Halo
right?
thing, and they made it a short. So I'm like, what the fuck?
I think maybe they made it. I don't know why they made it a short. It was like 47 seconds, but maybe it's because I filmed it on my phone, and it's like vertical, and they could tell you're just doing a little. Hey, I don't know. Maybe they got some algorithm to pick it up, or I don't know. But
yeah, I'll have to do that.
You haven't heard. One. You haven't heard, y'all. Halo got delayed. So, yeah, check us out on our platforms. Yeah, we enjoy doing this stuff. We enjoy having you. All right, that was good. At least it was good for me.
Yes.
So wake up moment for you. You was caught in a burn loop. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining us. Go check it out, please. Yeah, make a decision. You think it's a slog? You think it's just got no substance, or are you enjoying your time in the Coconut Club in Reminiscence? Till next time, please like and subscribe. Please watch the videos on YouTube, or just listen to us on Apple and Spotify if that's your cup of tea. You don't like to see our ugly mugs. Don't blame you. It's the reason why I keep this microphone in front of my face.
I'm also annoyed because I can't spell Reminiscence, and I have to spell it so many times today.
Reminiscence.
You know how annoying that is?
No. Every time I tried to spell it, I put it in Google. It immediately came up with Reminiscence 2021. Is that what you're talking about? Yes. Perfect.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you. Candyman is next week. I don't know if you're in a theater mode, but I don't think it's a streaming thing. Well, we could talk off camera if you want to do it, but just giving you a heads up. Next week is Candyman coming out.
Next Friday.
Next Friday, yeah.
All right, yeah, that's not.
But I think it's a theater thing. I don't think it's a streaming thing. So we can talk about it. But just want to give you a heads up.
Yeah, for sure.
Just the Candyman.
All right. Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for hanging out. Till next time.
Yeah, peace. Thank you.
Peace.